Here comes my friend. Here she is.
Oh my God, you have a little car.
I have a diffuser. I had to make sure it was up and running for you.
So cute. Oh, hello.
Friends. Just telling everyone that I jerry-rigged my... Do you see what's going on?
I do. I'm very foggy though. Hold on.
I see you're foggy. I need for you. You're foggy. Oh my God,
Jesus,
she's
I'm
fogged.
done with this.
You remind me of some kind of comic strip character from my childhood, and I can't figure out which one.
Oh my God.
But the irony of my jerry-rigging device here is, I got a new one, and because of this, it's not smooth. It doesn't stick. Okay, so that's 0 for 2 for me. But the irony is the box that this is leaning against says Easy Clip car mount. It's the box from the original one that doesn't
remove
work.
the car mount.
Right.
And
So
use the box.
And I use red duct tape.
All right.
Hi.
Hi. My shirt's riding up and my
Good to
skin
see you.
is touching.
You're
Hi.
great.
Oh my
Hello,
God.
my friend.
Hello.
Let's drive.
We're driving.
Oh, we're driving. We're
Mhm.
driving.
This is the cutest freaking thing.
And
You guys,
it does
did you
smell
show this
good,
to the
right?
world?
I did not.
Did you see this is a
cute
mini
little
where she's diffusing me with.
thieves. It's like a purification blend.
I need it.
Megan called me an aromatherapy mom the other day, and I wasn't sure if that was a compliment or a total.
No, you're
Dig.
like, yeah. Oh my God, I'm trying to like get this. This is.
Yes.
Hi guys. Okay.
Extra makeup Monday. That's what I call it now when we drive. Ton of makeup Monday.
Only
Yeah.
from the bridge of the nose
Totally. Yes.
up. I ran out of my what do you call it? Like the primer
Oh, okay.
that like makes everything smooth and
Yeah.
the bottle. Enough with these colored like
Color-coded bottles.
the color the bottles you can't see what's in it because I
Oh,
have
'cause one's
no
green.
understanding
Right,
of when I'm
right.
running out of things, which happened this morning.
We need to be able to see through the glass.
Correct.
Folks.
Correct.
So hi.
I just am always fascinated by how nice and big your screen is.
I don't know
And
why.
We're in my car, we're like leaning.
I think it's the phone. I think it's just the phone. I don't know.
Oh, so you're saying your phone is better than mine. I see.
Mm,
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
glad you picked up on that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, slide that in there. So you have something on your mind today?
Oh, I have all of last Monday on my mind. I feel like that would be a really fun conversation to have.
Wait, all of last Monday.
So last Monday for me was a
Oh
life
my
lesson
gosh.
in going with the flow and not fighting.
Literally the flow.
Literally the
The flow, get it?
in every sense of the word. So yeah,
What happened last Monday,
so
Christy?
last Monday I woke up, as I do on Mondays when we do our drive, very, it's a very happy day. I'm
Super
not going to
excited.
work, but I love going to work, but it's my day off, right? I get a lot done. We do our drives, and we're back doing our drives.
Yes.
Actually in the shower, washing my hair, which, that's a big deal.
It's a big
itself.
deal for Monday.
It's a big deal for a
Yes.
Monday. And I get this little light love tap on the door as I'm just about done with my shower, and it's Chris, my husband, and he's like, honey?
Here, wait, ready?
Yeah, right.
Honey.
Honey, you gotta
Love
get out of
of
the
my
shower. The slop sink in the basement is overflowing onto the rug.
Does your
Floor
water
to the rug,
Oh my
mind you.
God.
Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Does your water drain like in through the slot? What? Why?
Oh, so it's weird because
This is irrelevant.
this
I don't
is
know.
right.
why I'm
I don't
asking
know
this
all of it,
question.
but if there's a clog that surpassed, is in the main pipe out to the
Yeah.
wherever it goes,
Yep.
that's when the slop sink will back up. It's a last backup, so you know that it's a problem.
Okay.
So I quickly get out of the shower, and I'm like, oh no. Because we have been through this before. When we first moved in, we had to redo the basement and put in, sumps and all this stuff. So, and I swore to myself, if we ever got water again, this does not count as getting water though, because this was not groundwater.
Right,
This was not right. That I would sell that house in 2 seconds, but I didn't have to go there. So, I get out and shower and get dressed, go downstairs, and I'm like, oh God. Now I know immediately immediately that I'm not going to make our 10 a.m. drive. And the water is like pouring over the slop sink in the laundry room onto the tile, then just moves right out onto the carpet. Our basement's finished, and Justin has his man cave down there. And,
Yep.
you know, Chris's drum set. We're wild. And you know, it's a moment for speaking under the breath, talking under the breath, right?
It's panic. I'm
It's-
sorry. I would panic because you want to stop the water.
It's anger, it's frustration.
Yes.
So we stop the water.
Okay.
Chris does, he stops the water, but it's just rolled right into the carpet. You know, so
Yes.
now it's like the wet vac is somewhere in the back of the garage, and he's like,
Right.
I
Not
hear
ready
under,
for an emergency.
right. I hear under his breath, I hate this effing house. And I'm like saying that under my breath. I'm like, we should just sing it out loud together because that's exactly how we're both feeling. So anyway, I'm texting you. And your words of wisdom, you know, are like you could change the emotional course of what's happening, because it was a snowball of negativity, F the world, and I decided.
Forgive me for 1 second.
Please,
Oh
yeah.
my God. Oh my God. Okay.
What's happening?
Forget it.
Okay.
From my angle,
Mhm.
I know, guys. I always get off. It looked literally like the light was not connected to anything, and that
Was
was a
just
drone,
suspended?
and that it
Oh
was
my
hanging.
God.
I was looking at it for like 30
Anything's
seconds,
possible.
and I couldn't see where it was connected. And then, okay,
Oh my God, so good.
yes, I did do that, but let me just jump in super
Jump.
quick,
Jump.
because I'm not the person that will. I don't try to drive people out of their emotions.
No, and you didn't drive me out. You helped me realize that it's okay
Yes.
to be in.
Because the reason was you were saying how, like, because this is what we do.
Yes.
When another person in our lives is struggling and whatever, it's this instinct to kind of jump in and be like, listen, it's going to be all right. Like,
Yeah.
let's all just take a breath. Let's calm down.
Right.
And you were doing that for Chris.
Right.
And I got the sense that was not super helpful.
productive at all.
So
Because
I
it
was
wasn't
like-
working, number one, and then it made me more angry, number two. But
So
yeah.
I just sort of was like, maybe don't worry
But
about
that
it.
was right. But that helped me so much, and so much to the point that I became my own little, you know,
Yoda?
s-
You became
yes,
Yoda in the moment?
you know, Snow White singing in the forest with all the animals, and I was like, guess what I'm gonna do right now? Chirpity chirp chirp. And I go out to the garage, and I'm like, I'm gonna find the wet vac. See, the reason why our garage is chaos is because a lot of stuff from my work is in there right now, in a holding pattern until I move upstairs.
Oh yes, that's the story of
That's
my
how
life,
it's
by the
buried,
way.
right? So now I'm like, oh my God, here's my little couch, and here's all my paper towel, like this whole big chain of events. So I go out, I'm like, and I'm singing, making up my own melodies, and I'm just like, I'm gonna find the wet vac. I'm gonna find it. I'm the best. I'm not angry. This is awesome. Like, that's what I was doing. I'm telling you, if someone who's you'd hear me. I should
You
have
had to send me. I know.
And
Of
I
all the
should've.
things you send me, why don't I
And
have an
right. So
audio clip?
So I find it, obviously you know I found it because, and as I'm lifting it, hoisting it from behind a table and like through paper towels, all this stuff for work, I'm like, please don't throw your back out. Please don't, right? And I'm hoisting it, and I'm like so proud of myself because Chris is in the middle of emotional hell and he has so much work to do, and we just have this going on.
Yes.
So I take it and I go downstairs and I start doing it, and I'm like, look at me go. Then I send my video to you. I'm very proud. just crazy. And start vacuuming it up. Now the hose, it's working, and then it just stops sucking, and it works and it stops. And I'm like, oh God, now I gotta go upstairs. And I go upstairs and I'm like, oh, Christopher, I know you're busy, but there's one more problem I have you need to solve. And he's like, what? I'm like, it's not sucking up the water. So he comes down and he attaches one, like the garden hose somehow. I don't know why it wasn't sucking it properly. He puts the garden hose in, and that's out the window.
See, like, how did you
Magic.
know how to do that?
I would never have done that. I
I
thought it sucked
definitely
it into
don't
the
know.
basin, and you dump the basin.
That's what I
down
would
the
have
clock
thought.
sink, and you do it again.
That's exactly what you do. Could I just,
now
you know,
I'm like
you
so
just
hot right
reminded me.
Can I
Wait.
please
Yes.
put on the air?
We're putting on the
Okay.
air. This is what that reminds me of, okay? Back when I was probably like young 20s, right? I was a smoker. I smoked until Taya was born. I
Okay.
mean, until I
Yeah.
was pregnant with her, but then I picked it back up after she was born for like a year and then I quit.
Right. Okay. That's okay.
But this one day,
Yeah.
like I was driving with like a cigarette and I went to throw the cigarette out the window, but the window wasn't open and I flicked it and sparks fly everywhere and lands in my lap.
God.
And then I'm like, oh my God, and I get it and I flick it again, but the window is still closed.
Still closed. It's perfect.
Meanwhile-
And we do it again.
That's what that just reminded me of,
Right.
like dumping the water down the clogged sink.
Right. And it's like, how many times till we learn the lesson, right? So the whole thing, I just slowed down, right? I was like trying to listen to what you beautifully messaged me. And I'm like, all right, girl, you
I have
know
to go
what?
back
We've
and
been
look
through
at
this
those
road.
Words of wisdom.
Right. And they were so simple and light and whatever. And I'm like, I can either go with the current of the river, right?
Mm-hmm.
And know it's going to be fine because I've been down this road before and it'll be fine and it's a pain in the ass, but it'll be fine. And
Right.
this is not
Both can be true.
right.
It can be an absolute pain in the butt and also be okay.
Yes. I decided to go with the flow instead of fighting the current, which brings such angst.
Yes. Ugh.
Because I've done that so much in my life, and this is like when you go, you just have to seize control. This was my thing. Like, girl, you don't have control of the situation.
Yeah.
You can deal with it beautifully, or you can deal with it like a hot mess.
Yeah.
Because either way, you have to deal with it.
Exactly.
So it changed the trajectory of the emotional, reality of the situation. And I found myself after I changed my consciousness with the whole thing. I of course tried to change Chris's consciousness too. That doesn't always work, but he was good. He was good.
Some of that is just bouncing off the energy.
Yeah.
You know, some of that is just kind of seeing the other person be relaxed
Right.
and kind of not, I think it helps you kind of get out of your own way a little bit faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's sort of it, right? Is like we want to eliminate the discomfort or the stress for the other person.
Right.
And how much
yeah.
of that is that we, obviously we don't want to see them struggling like for their own reasons, right? Like, okay,
Right.
like let's just, like it's going to be, calm down, whatever, it's going to be okay. But then the other
Yeah,
part of that, which is something sort of new, not new, but
Yeah.
new in the last couple of years, is that how much of that do we do because we're just not comfortable with someone else being uncomfortable?
Oh, that is 100% true
Yeah.
for me. I can't stand when people are in like emotional trauma.
Yeah.
No matter what the level is.
Yep.
Sad, anger, devastated, just
Yes.
depressed, anything. So that, and that was also in my living quarters, so it was like magnified.
Oh,
So
completely.
yeah.
Completely.
But that carried over later to my trip to ShopRite in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's
Where I'm like, because all day it was the water, right? So it's just like, then you want to make sure you've got the humidifier, which where the hell we dug that out from? We're pulling stuff out
You're
of thin
like,
air.
I'm glad we have all of this here in my house.
Yeah. So we bring that out. That's
This is
going.
can I side note?
Yeah.
I needed to drop my tax papers off
Oh.
right there.
Right here.
Right over there.
Right there.
I had no idea you were going to come this way. It could have saved me, totally saved
Oh,
me
we
an
could have
errand.
just, yeah.
I almost was going to be like, can our drive be the errands I have to run
We
this morning?
definitely
But
next week.
That's
Let's do
really
that.
funny.
Let's do the
H&R
errand.
Block right there.
Errand.
There they are.
Even though there's
Anyway.
one in town, you just don't prefer that one?
No, my girl is here.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
have a person.
You do. You have a
Yeah, I
person.
have a team.
I love a good person.
I'll have my
Um,
people call your people.
Thank you.
So, ShopRite.
So now we go to ShopRite, and I hate food shopping. There's like 90 masks here. It's
amazing.
weighing down.
It's
I think.
amazing.
I can't stand food shopping, so I became the place to order online girl. But I didn't do it this time, so I had to go. and I went, of course, alone because it was my day off, and Chris is dealing
Some
with
stuff
the
was happening
positive
at
energy
home.
at home.
Right.
Beautifully. And I get my cart like 3/4 of the way full. I'm like, almost done. I'm like, what the hell's going on? The entire alarm in the store.
Like, is that
And
in
I'm
my
like,
head?
Yeah, and I'm like, this is not it. This is not even real. This is not happening. And I'm like, I am not leaving this store until I check out. And that's it. So
Were
I'm
you
like,
online?
No.
Oh,
I was
oh.
like in the program. I'm like, oh my god, I'm
They
almost
made
done.
you
I
leave.
have to.
They made you leave the cart in the
All
store?
of a sudden, all the staff. It was like 5 minutes of no one was paying attention, and then it was like they called the staff to arms and were like, get everyone out the door right now. And they're like, and they started from the back of the store and marched. It was like they were holding hands so no one could get past. Out. I'm like, oh god damn it. So
That's so funny. It's so funny that none of us pay any attention to these alarms.
I was thinking that too. I'm like,
Like-
if this is a real fire, I mean, this is it for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, as long as I get my food.
Fire and water.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, the elements.
Amen, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going to park my cart right next to the organic bananas. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
I left and I said, I give myself 10 minutes. If I'm not back in the store in 10 minutes, I'm just leaving.
Yeah, abandoned ship.
Abandoned ship.
I hear
It's
you.
okay. But what a, like, it was a day of, girl,
Of testing.
you just like, stop with the control. You know, you can't control. You have to just go.
Yes. Pivot.
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 Yeah, so that was just fun. And anyway, I got back in like 5 minutes.
See that?
See?
That was all because
It
of
was
your
so
positive
good.
thinking.
And then I actually made Chris a video in the car. And I'm like, I love you and appreciate you so much. You're the best ever. And I sent it to him.
Aw.
See? And that changed
So cute.
everything for both of us. It was good. I had to do that before I got home.
I understand.
But he's like Superman at home. And it made me realize, like, I don't know what I would seriously do without him. On
I
so
just
many
like to know
levels.
that I have people I can call.
Yeah, you're gonna be
So
the next
Chris
one.
is now
I
on
call.
my Chris is on my list of like,
He's a good one, let me
you
tell
know,
you.
help.
Help.
Yeah, I had a. It's so funny, and we'll wrap this up. I'm looking at the time, so we'll
I know we've got
maybe
yeah,
wrap
we're
it
2
up and
minutes
we'll
over.
start a new one.
Yeah.
But when we moved into
Straight.
town, I literally had, like, my husband works so much and like isn't in the house so much
Yeah.
that like I had numerous town husbands
Right.
that he totally
course.
knew about. Like, he's so
Yeah.
funny. Like, one of them is you know the Darnowskis. I probably shouldn't say the name, but
Don't say it again, but who?
Jackie.
Oh,
You
yeah.
definitely know
Yeah.
her, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah.
Anyway, her husband was like he was literally
Aw.
like one of the people when he was around because of his job. He had shifts.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God, literally, I was like every other day calling him.
Yeah.
And my husband would be like, something would break and he'd be like, have you called James?
Instead of doing it, he's like, listen,
Well,
I
he
have to
doesn't
go.
know. He just doesn't. He didn't grow up in a house,
Right.
so
Of
he's never
course.
had to like put, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just, and I had a couple of those, like
Yeah.
literally, and they have stepped in and saved my life on numerous occasions,
Amazing.
literally.
It
So
takes a village.
it does. I'm the one who always uses the village. Sometimes I'm like, does anybody need a village? I'm
Right.
here.
I'm here. I'm
That's
the village.
probably why I love giving back, because
I know.
I'm that
It's so
person.
good.
Like,
You
when
are.
I had younger kids and like people
We're
with
struggling with
sports
childcare.
and
Yeah.
I was open. No, I was the one that always needed the help.
Oh, and you reached
Because
out to
I
the
worked.
village.
So I literally was always that person
Yeah,
that was like,
yeah.
can you pick up my kid? Can you bring my kid? Can you watch my kid? Can you drop off my kid? And then
Can you pay for college for my kid?
the one
Is there
day that I
anything-
would actually have the time to help, I'm like,
Right,
I'm
right.
free. Who needs anything?
And they're like, not us. Our kids are all grown now.
Seriously. And I'm like, well, whatever you need.
Yeah, I love that.
Anyway, all right. So that was your story
That was
for
my story.
Monday.
And my
The moral of the story
Just
is
like-
pivot, adapt, go with
Yeah.
the flow.
we literally have the power to change the emotional reality of each moment.
Shit's gonna happen.
How you deal with
It
it. in
really
the
is
moment
how you deal
really
with
up
it.
to you. It was up to me, and I was in the shitstorm and pivoted thanks to my friend Lauren here.
could have been so much worse too. And let me just also just drop this little nugget. You know, if you have a day where all that shit is happening and you just make the choice to want to fucking wallow and then crawl into bed at 5 p.m., my God, that is what you do.
Then do it. Always.
I may or may
sleep
not do that a couple
resets you
times.
anyway. I know, right? 6 naps a day.
Right.
It's
You know,
okay.
if you need a day, you take the day. But
Yeah.
that's sort of, you know, you got to do you. But you
Yep.
can, when you find yourself really fighting against something you can't control, like
Yeah.
that starts to take a physical toll on the body. And, you know, that's not good.
Absolutely. Right.
So,
We are powerful. We have the
yes,
choice.
You do. And that's our PSA for today.
Amen.
We're going to do another one.
All right.
All right.
Peace
Ciao.
out.